All right, well, this is a funny story, but you know, just because we're doctors doesn't mean we're immune to problems. So I'm going to show you how I actually am going to deal with a problem I have. I just had a small surgical procedure called a radiofrequency ablation, not of my heart and not of my back, but they also do it for the foot. Because I'm on my feet all day and I just tend to accumulate injuries sometimes. I developed a Morton's neuroma. I saw a podiatrist and he did a radiofrequency ablation on me about 5 days ago. And my foot is doing much better. However, I'm going to show you, because this is very applicable to everyone, how I deal with inflammation. Because many people feel as though inflammation, I'm going to put this down just for a second so I can talk and get everything ready. All right, let's see if you can see me here. Can you see me? Okay. So inflammation is very often misunderstood. Inflammation is actually a good thing. However, you want to accelerate the inflammation and exchange. So I'm going to take my sock off here and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Let me show you here if you could see what the foot looks like. It probably won't show up that bad on camera, but it was done right in there. You could see a little black and blue right there, not too bad for this procedure. Here we go. I'm just going to put the laser. You could see it right there. I'm just going to place it on there and wait. Now, let me explain what I'm doing. The laser itself is using light waves to create circulation and cellular division. So when the doctor did this procedure on my Morton's neuroma, he essentially destroyed tissue. Now what we're hoping is going to happen is that destroyed tissue is going to recover in a way that will help me reduce the discomfort from the neuroma. The second thing is, in order to get to that neuroma, he went through the top of my foot to get to something at the bottom of my foot, which it doesn't really feel that good when someone does that with needles and pokers and probes and things like that. So he essentially destroyed some normal tissue to get to the target tissue that he wanted. Now, in an effort to do that, that creates damage and inflammation. Now, the body's way to naturally recover from something like this is to create inflammation. That brings blood to the area, it brings nutrients to the area, oxygen to the area, and it's going to try to create cellular division so that my body will recover. If we can accelerate that, bringing more blood to the area, and bringing more oxygen to the area, and bringing more nutrients to the area, then in theory it would heal faster than normal and more efficiently. That is what I'm doing right now with the laser. The laser treatment takes about 2 minutes, and I can actually feel it's pretty warm in there. Normally some patients don't feel anything, but I definitely feel something. But I believe this is not the most important part. I'm just using it because I have it accessible. But now 2 minutes is up, so now I'm going to show you the real key to helping inflammation. This is the laser, by the way, that I have. I have 2 different lasers. This one is for trigger points, and this one is for things like inflammatory conditions and pain and stuff like that. Swelling will occur in this area, and how the swelling and fluid will come out and go up this way is by a pumping action of the musculature, as well as getting fluid. You want good stuff going in, nutrients going in, bad stuff coming out, waste products coming out. Now, how do you deal with that? Well, icing it is going to reduce and stagnate fluid from coming in and waste products from coming out. So I do not use ice at all. What I'm going to use is movement. So I'm going to put my foot out, and excuse the hairy legs. Normally I have perfectly cyclist legs. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to curl my toes, and you can see the swelling in there, and then extend them. Curl and extend back and forth like this. And I'm going to do probably around 100 motions like this, and I'm not going to bore you with it, but when you have damage here, I'm going to curl back and forth, and really pump those interossei muscles of the foot to try to get rid of some of the excess stuff in there, the damaged stuff, and let it drain through the lymph. Now, it's not just the foot, because this is important. This applies to a sprained ankle. This applies to a broken foot. This applies to, by the way, I've broken many toes in my life. And don't recommend it, but this is exactly what I do. No ice, no drugs, no anti-inflammatories, just laser and motion is what I'm using. So I'm going to do this multiple times, and then I'm going to take my ankle and go back. I'm going to point my toes and then go back. Point my toes and back. What I'm doing now is I'm using my calf muscle and a muscle called the soleus underneath there to help pump fluid and get that inflammatory products back out of my foot. I will probably do this every couple hours, and this has tremendously helped my inflammation. Probably the best thing that you could do, by the way, as I'm doing this, you could see, is in retrospect, it probably would have been better to just not get the neuroma. What are you gonna do? Hey, listen, if you're gonna be athletic, you're gonna screw stuff up. When I'm finally done, they're gonna examine me and go, wow, this guy's got a lot of scars. He must have had fun in life. Keep it going. Now I'm starting to fatigue. And you know what the hardest part of an injury is? Is Strava. You look at everyone's Strava and everyone's having fun and riding and stuff like that and doing all these great adventures, and you're stuck here curling your toes. So that was an exciting vlog, wasn't it? Hope you guys learned something. Basically what I wanted to teach you is that there are better ways to deal with inflammation. Embrace inflammation. Let the inflammation happen, because you want nutrients, blood flow, and oxygen getting to the area, because that's what's going to heal. Healing is essentially about mitosis and new cell division and getting new tissue. But it can become stagnated, especially in the foot, the ankle, the bottom part of your body, simply because you need the lymph nodes to help drain, and the lymph system to help drain the bad stuff. And if you just sit around and take anti-inflammatories and ice it, it's going to stagnate it and make it happen. It's going to take a lot longer to heal. So I have found this the most effective way to deal with injuries, other than, of course, seeing a great chiropractor.